Good morning, good morning, good morning, Baltimore. Mr. O here. This is the second time I'm doing this, so, am I doing something crazy? Yes, I am, but I did it on the Music Instructions for All Learners page, and I'm actually doing it on my regular page, so I'm getting used to going back and forth, trying to figure this out. But guess what? You are going to take this ride with me. As I said, Mr. O here, founder and chief executive officer of Music Instruction for All Learners, Inc. Or, and I'm going to say this one time only, MIFAL Inc. M-I-F as in Frank, A-L Inc. for Incorporated. This is my second now live Facebook video, but my second video in all, because actually if you look under MIFAL Inc., you will see that I did one, just to, give an introduction of music instructions for all learners. So you can look us again up on MIFAL Inc. and showcasing some of the things that a couple of our students have been doing. As a business owner, and I said I'm the founder and executive officer of Music Instruction for All Learners, we are reaching out to our friends, family, and associates to help us raise the funds for our nonprofit status. As a small business, every small business needs help. So that is what we are doing. I titled it MIFAL Project Nonprofit. I've told people many years ago that the Lord gave me the vision for MIFAL Inc. And I am now writing the vision, making it plain. With the aid of the social network, I've learned you can reach more people. So here I am. I've seen a couple of my professional friends doing it, and it works. The cost of the nonprofit status, as we know, our government was last year $300, but we went on and looked at it, and it went up to $400. Yay! So we can say thank you to the government for that. We did get our first donation last week, and I would like to say thank you to Dr. Carletta Orr of Carletta Orr and Associates for your donation. You started off, and you rock, lady, you rock. We only need $375 more to reach our goal, and I know that we can do this. After we get the nonprofit status, and I know what are you going to do now, so I'm glad you asked. After we get that status, then we're going to search our grants and have one written. And my goal is to get, and my dream is to get a $1.2 million grant so that we can get our own building and a few nice amenities that will help the program grow. And the reason I said that is because those who have been with us, those who have been waiting long, and my beautiful girlfriend, Michelle Johnson, she's been with me for the past few years, and she has seen what has been going on with music instruction for our learners. And also, she's seen what has been going, she's seen her daughter, Tayanita, which is my little sweetheart. Tayanita has grown to be a fine young musician, and I'll get into that a little later. But we all can know and understand what's been going on with MIFAL Inc., and I love it. And the reason I'm saying it, because we had a building a few years ago, and we were in a building, and we were just sitting there just learning, growing, and just getting in, doing shows here and there. But with a shicey landlord, hint, shicey landlord, that we had to leave, and we had to leave under duress, but that was okay, because I kept saying, well, that's it, but God said, no, we have to make this thing happen. So the reason I said, hey, look, we need to get our own building. So when we get our own building, we won't have to worry about, we'll pay for it. With a $1.2 million more grant, we'll be able to pay for a building, open it up, and add some more beautiful amenities. Okay, I get it right. I need to get back in school. I know it. But add some more amenities that will help the program grow. And now I'm going to give you a few details. I got all this written down, but it's all up in my head as well. A few details that what has been going on with music instruction for all learners. As we are under the reorganizing of MIFAL Inc., we have 2 great students, and more are signing up. I actually had a couple here today with their 4-year-old son, and thank you, Latanya and Chris and little CJ. He was just, he couldn't hang today. I don't know how he's going to hang with Mr. O, but he was tired. He's 4, but we're going to get him there. He couldn't hang with me today, but he was tired and falling asleep because when I talk, as you guys will see, I'm long-winded, or because I'm passionate about what I'm doing. But again, after listening, we have two great students, Kalisha Williams and AKA KK, and Keelasha, I'm sorry, we'll get the name right, and Tanita Watson. And I will say that they are doing exceptional. When I say exceptional, if you look on our Facebook page, the MIFAL, Music Instructors for All Learners, Inc., you will see that they are doing exceptional. They are working hard, proving that our program works. It's not just my program, it's our program. When you take a little girl who's only, she's in fourth grade, 9 years old, like KK, and she's only been playing for four weeks. When she finally got a chance to play outside, she did a great job, and that's what I'm getting to now. On the 26th of March, we had a showcase of MIFAL at Security Mall, which was our first field trip, and the kids had a great time, and they showed off. What do I mean by showing off? Michelle came to me Friday and said, well, Tanita has something she wants to show you. I'm like, what are you talking about? She has something she wants to show you. That's how parents are. And I'm like, okay. So the next day when Tanita came over and we were all getting ready for our showcase, she said, well, Mr. Orlando, I want to show you something. I'm like, okay, what's going on? So basically she sat down at our electric keyboard that was donated. Thank you, Robert Brown III. Thank you. She sat down at the keyboard and started playing and singing. And when she started playing, she was playing Alicia. Okay, I'm going to get it wrong, but she played Alicia Cara's Here. Now, she didn't just play. Now, anybody knows Tanita? Tanita talks like this, so you can already understand her. But when she played, she sang the song Here from Alicia Cara. And you can actually view that on our the Music Instructors for All Learners page. And when she sang, she belted that song out, and I was shocked. She didn't just belt the song out. I was shocked. When I say I was shocked, I'm like, okay, where did all this come from? Because many times, you got people that talk like this, but when she sang, it came out, and everybody was shocked. When I say everybody was shocked, everybody was shocked. But that's a good thing. And I said, well, how'd you learn that? Because her mom said she was working it on all week. Well, she said YouTube does a lot, because I've actually taught her some songs. She's been working here and there with me, but she used the information, the information that I gave her to actually learn that song. The information I gave her, plus she went on and did some research and found out a lot more information. And she wanted to sing that song because it was a song that she liked. And it was basic 1, 4, 5 chords and a few minor chords, transitioning here and there. But she did it. I said, well, just make sure you use the positions of the chords that I gave you. And she said, well, can I sing the song today? And I said, well, if you're sure that you want to sing this song, then you can sing this song. And we were all proud of her. She played, KK played her song. They all had a good time. The next thing on the list is we started community choir at Masterpiece Community Connections Ministries, along with Pastor Erica. And with that, I actually went several months ago and met Pastor Stanley over at Panera Bread on security. Yes, I like the security area. That's just me. But we met over there, and I said, well, I would like a community choir, and I just want to know your thoughts. And she said, well, she had this bright light glow in her faces. I've always wanted to have a community choir. And I said, well, I want to start a community choir. I can teach them the songs. I'm going to be the director, conducting and teaching them, and we're going to have someone accompanying us. And she loved the idea of a community choir. I was dumbfounded because I didn't, when you want to go to someone with an idea, you don't know. So you go to them with this idea and you say, hey, look, this is it. And I guess it was God ordained because we started and we're still working on the scheduling because, churches are busy and people are busy. So I wanted to actually meet twice a month to start off to see, just get us, and her church is on Bel Air Road, 4443 Bel Air Road, 212. If I'm correct, Pastor, you can correct it later on, 21206. I'm still trying to figure out that, but she was there. I mean, she wanted it, and we're working out the schedule now. And I've been going back and forth um, with her administrator, and we're getting the dates for the next couple months so we can get this community choir started, where people will learn an eclectic group of music. It's not just music, it's not just gospel. It's not. It's going to be a mixture of everything. Because me being a Renaissance man, born a rebirth, a man of, I graduated from Temple way back when. I won't say when, but I graduated from Temple, 1992, and we've learned an eclectic of music. We learned a lot of music, and I loved it. The funny thing is, as I was growing up out in North Philadelphia, in the Puerto Rican area, territory, I remember hearing rock for the first time. Yes, I was sheltered for a minute in my life. When I first heard rock, I'm like, okay, what is that? And all I kept hearing is, we will rock you. And I'm like, okay, it was some kind of music that I didn't know. Not knowing that I was going to be going to high school for music, not knowing that I was going to go to college for music. I didn't know. I wanted to be a doctor. It wasn't in the cards for me. I ended up, changing to be a musician. But it just taught me that there's a lot of music out there. It's not just gospel music, because when you grow up in a small church, you're just singing church songs and just, it's not just all Kirk Franklin. It's not just all, Carmen or, all those musicians out there. There's an eclectic group of music out there. We've learned classical. We've learned Renaissance music. We learned music from all eras. When I was in high school, I played jazz trumpet. I played regular music for the trumpet. I was in a jazz band. I was in a high school choir. I was all over the place. Oh, I thank you guys for joining. Miss Howard Sampson and Miss Rose, I thank you guys for joining, because I'm having a good time. John Wardell, thank you for just checking us out, because I want everybody just to know what is going on right now. And as we're doing a fundraiser for music instruction for all learners, so we can get our nonprofit status. But again, I get back to, I was learning all kinds of music. I was having fun in my young days. And this is what I want people to do right now. I want people to be able to forget what's going on with the music in the schools, because guess what? They're taking the music out to schools. They're not supporting the music programs. Only the schools can afford it, actually can get the money they need for programs. Case in point, I have a friend of mine who goes to a school, who works at a school on the east side, and she was trying to raise money through GoFundMe, which I'm doing, $1,500 to get a group to come perform at her school. I'm like, okay, it's $1,500. Where's the money at? Are you telling me that the school system of Baltimore does not have $1,500 to support the arts? Then I go on account and meet a dance instructor who says that, well, they're putting on Annie. And those professional musicians know, if you're going to put on Annie, you have to get the permission to do that. So to get the permission is $5,000 to get the rights. I'm still learning. So there's $5,000 for the rights. Then there's the props that you got to put together. And the parents are, then you got to printing the books alone in the program. So we're looking at maybe $25,000, $30,000 program. 25 to 30,000 program that the schools are raising money to do, so these kids can do it. But guess what? They did it. And I said, I bet you're a charter school. And she said, yeah, it's a charter school. So what is the issue? What is going on? Baltimore City. That's what I'm asking. The arts are important. So I'm just putting that out there so you guys can understand why we're doing what we're doing. The kids have their second field trip to perform at an elderly home as a community service at the Future Care on Scotts Level Road in Pikesville Mother's Day weekend. I went and talked to Miss Isom at Care First, because I'm driving by there all the time. So I said, I like to bring our kids here so they can perform for your senior citizens. And she loved it. They have several pianos, and to call my technician because she wants them to check them out and check their pianos out. Two of them are basically done because I talked to Mark, and Mark said, well, there's maybe one we can save. So he may be trying to, we're going to get with him and he's going to go actually. They look beautiful, but again, if instruments aren't kept up, we never know what's going to happen to them. But the kids are actually going to go and perform for them on the 2nd. I'm sorry, on the 7th, which is Mother's Day weekend. I know everybody got something going on that weekend, but guess what? They're going to go and perform because they love what they do. Little KK is having fun. Tanita's having fun, and the more I know, we're adding more. Again, and more parents are signing their children up for our program, and I'm actually truly excited because I'm gonna tell you a secret. And I said this on my last video, and I'll tell you on this video. Little Mr. O started taking lessons at the age of 10 at a little Mennonite church in Philadelphia, and they called it the Badlands back then. Yes, it was crazy. Well, it was the Badlands. And basically, I started at 10. Hey, Larry, how you doing? Thank you for joining us. And Larry will remember this too, because, we started, with some of the people in his family as well. But I started at the age of 10 with this little, Caucasian Mennonite lady. All my family was going there. All my cousins, you know how it is. Everybody wants to do this, but they jumped off the bandwagon while little Mr. O, or little O kept going, or little Orlando, whatever you want to call it, but don't call me late for dinner. They jumped off the bandwagon, but at the age of 10, I kept going and learning. And my people were amazed at how fast I was. A little rough here and there, but people were amazed how fast I was learning. And by the time I got to high school, so that's why I know this program works. When the great late Mr. Burton Rosenberg at Mastbaum AVT, shout out to Mastbaum, handed me a trumpet, I'm like, really? But guess what? I had the time of my life because I was already reading music, and I had to learn just to learn how to produce the sounds with the instrument to make it work. And that's my goal. Everyone's going to learn to play the piano, and everyone's going to learn to play an instrument or sing. Whatever they want to do, two for the price of one. But we are going to need everybody's help. And the rest of the story goes like this. Before I got to high school, I went to Stetson Junior High, and a lot of people from back home will remember that was junior high back then. Now they've changed the whole system around the country. I went to Stetson, didn't even know I was going to go to Mastbaum. We did guides and dials. 9th grade, I did guides and dials. So as I was in there doing guides and dials, I started off being a gangster. But everybody knows I couldn't be a gangster, so I ended up being Reverend Arvite Abernathy. And guess who was directing the band? The great, late, I call him Doctor now, Dr. Burton Rosenberg. I didn't know he was going to be my band director then, but he is my band director now, and in high school. And we had a great time. He taught us a lot. We got on his nerves and he got on our nerves, but he taught us a lot. We were in a band, we were in the choir. All my friends in Philadelphia know anything with music we were doing. We stayed late after school. People don't realize I got up, didn't have a piano at home. I got up early in the morning, used those SEPTA tokens. How many people remember those SEPTA tokens? Use those SEPTA tokens, catching this bus at 6 o'clock in the morning so I can get to school to start practicing. These are the things that I want to instill. Our children don't have to do that now because I wouldn't advise them to be getting on a bus at 6 o'clock in the morning. But if they have to do it, they'll do it. And I did it. I used to catch the bus to South Philadelphia to learn how to play and do what I'm doing. I was a teenager, but I did it. Yes, again, we are busy right now. We're busy. I'm talking to parents. There's a couple more parents that want their children to be part of our program. But all I'm asking right now is for you guys to support us. You can start off with $5 if you can, or even up to $25 if you can, even up to $100. Whatever we can do as a group, excuse me, get a little parched there. Whatever we can do as a group for all of us just to be able to get out there, raise this $400 for the nonprofit status as the fee, and so we can actually soon. And I guarantee you, I promise you, that as soon as we get the money that we need, that we will go out there, get that nonprofit status, and start getting these grants right. Oh, here's another story. And my and she doesn't get on the internet, but that's a good thing. There's a story, and this lady is still like a mother to me right now. My mother passed 20 years ago. The great Marion Johnson passed 20 years ago this August, I'm sorry, August 12th, and we buried her on the 19th. But I had a teacher, and she's another one why I got into music. Her name was Miss Wilson then, but in I forgot, like maybe 10th grade. Yeah, first year I met her. 10th grade, like around 1978. Don't be trying to count how old I am. 78 or 79. I remember in her class, she was my music teacher, and she was teaching us, and I said, well, I know how to play piano, so I played Bach's Minuet in G. Well, me being me, and we know how students are today, she heard the wrong note. I'm like, no, I got this, because I'm a perfectionist, so if you know me, you'll know. I know it's not wrong. So basically, we went back at it for a minute, and then she put the music in front of me. So I did like this, like all kids do. I'm like, oh, okay, so it's in G. So every musician know that you're going to have an F sharp. I was not playing that F sharp. I was playing an F natural. So basically, it was on between me and her. It was like that. We had that mother-son relationship. So as time went on in high school, that same year, she said, well, who's your teacher? And I told her it was Miss Darlene. And she said, well, you ever thought about going to Settlement Music School? I'm like, no, because in my mind, I got one teacher. That's all I need. Well, she said, it's time for you to move on. So we battled at it like people do, like my son and mother do. And basically, I decided to go talk to Miss Darlene. And being Miss Darlene, and those who know me knows that she started me off, she said she had no issue with me moving on. And why am I saying this? Because when one instructor is done with you, then we move them on to another. And that's what happened to me. I've had several instructors, several professors while I was studying at Temple. I started off studying music at community college. First, I wanted to be a doctor, but I changed that. Why? Because I'm not good in math. So I went to the music department audition and became a music major. And then after I had like my first recital, then I transferred over to Temple. But the whole idea was that I wanted people to know that our students, once they're finished with one instructor, they're going to go down a line until we can put into them as much as we can, because we want them to be the future musicians of America. And I will let you know, Miss Wilson was Miss Wilson then, but then she got married. She became Miss Turner, and now she's Dr. Turner. She's still playing. And now she's down south right now from Philadelphia. Everybody seems to migrate south from Philadelphia. But she moved on. And she instilled a lot in me. She was always hard on me. She was hard on me in choir. She was hard on me in the band. And she's hard on me as an adult. But that's okay, because I can take it. But yes, again, we're busy. But we're reaching out to you guys. I'm reaching out to family, friends, and associates to help us raise that goal of $400. This is my actually second time doing this, because I did one on our MIFAL page as well. But I'm having fun, because getting this information out is important. So I said, I've seen other people are doing it. So I said, hey, you know what? I can reach out to the community and say, hey, Minister Hollis White, we thank you for joining us today. Thank you for joining me, because I'm having fun. I just wanted to take a month for us to raise this $400, just a month, because I don't think it's a lot to do this. And we've been in for 2 weeks. We've got the $25 from Dr. Coletta Orr, and we just have a couple more weeks to go, and that's fine. But I want you guys to please go to www.gofundme.com/MIFAL Inc. and support the MIFAL project nonprofit, because what we're going to do is going to be something fantastic. Because again, here's another secret. As we do music instruction for all learners and we get our first building, that's phase one. Phase two is, as I said, they're taking the arts and everything out of the school. They're not supporting them. They're making the parents have to pay too much money for this and that. Later on, it will be Music Instruction for All Learners, Inc., Arts and Dance School. So that's the goal. I think big. That's just me. Michelle knows that. I think big. I don't think small. Anybody can think small. But if you think big, then you have something to go for. So I'm not just stopping at music instruction for all learners, where music knows no age. It's going to be because of art. I was in photography growing up. No one knew that. I was way back when all those dinosaurs. I remember going to one of the public schools as I was in Catholic school, taking a photography class where we had to go into the room and develop them through the fluid and the liquid. But that was fun because it was something I didn't know. I went, as I grew older, I got into digital photography. I drew growing up, so I've always been in the arts. And again, a piece of can't morsel for you guys. The art and music help the kids in school, because as I explained to the couple I spoke to earlier this morning, is that the arts are important because they teach you how to study. They say children in the arts are better at the SAT scores more than those who aren't. Because I teach them, we got to break this up. If you see all this information, it's hard for you to do. But if you break the information up part by part and then put the song or the information, put it all together, then it will come out to be a beautiful symphony. So with that said, if you have any questions, please chime in on our Facebook page at Music Instruction for All Learners, Inc., or you can contact me at 888-501-8650, extension 777. That's for me. But if you want to leave a message for the music school, contact us at 888-501-8650, extension 778, and leave a message there. Either way, you will get to us or get to me. But I'm just having fun. I'm excited about doing this. I'm excited about the idea of, I want to give a shout out to, thank you, Algie Sampson, for joining us, and all those who have came on today. I thank you guys for just coming, because I'm having a good time. I thank Margot Johnson for inviting us to Security Mall with the kids perform, because they had a great time. I need them to get that exposure. I want them to get that exposure because they are the future musicians of America, because all of our children learn to read music. I don't know if I mentioned that, but all of the children learn to read music, because if you learn to read music, you'll be up there. You'll be doing more than what a lot of musicians today have. I spoke to a young man, Darren, over at Masterpiece Community Connections Ministries. I spoke to him, and he's a music major over at Morgan, and he's using some of the books that we are using at Music Instruction for All Learners. And what he said is that he knows about those musicians who don't read music. He knows about those, that how music is and how it actually supports everything that we're doing, how it helps and aids in everything. So music is important. And I tell all my kids, you have to practice. As I told that couple this morning, when I was going to school, I would practice at night at my church and fall asleep at the piano. That's how much practicing I was doing. I was learning Bach, Beethoven, Chopin. I was learning it all, but I was having a good time doing that. So this is what I want to instill in our children today. Yes, they're taking it out to schools, but we can fix that. How are we going to fix that? We can fix that through Music Instruction for All Learners. Help us get our nonprofit status. Help us get that 501c3. Donate from $5. Donate up to $100. Hey, if someone so gracious, hey, here, take this. Make sure you get that. And guess what? When we get that status, I'm going to share it with everyone, because this is going to be a journey that we're all going on. I've been on my own personal journey. Now I'm taking you guys on a journey. Again, you can go to our Facebook page at Music Instruction for All Learners, Inc. Get the information, or go to www.gofundme.com/ MIFAL Inc. MIFAL Inc. and support there. We want to have this within the next 2 weeks, and I know it can happen. With God, all things are possible. But you guys have been wonderful. All those who showed up today, I want you guys to remember, with all things are possible with God. And I always tell my kids, I remember Mr. Simontovsky, and I'll leave you with this. I had a Russian teacher in Temple, professor. And he used to say, yeah, you know how those teachers tell these stories. I used to, when we didn't have a lot of money, we had old pianos, and we was on a ship, and I had to play, and the piano was out of tune, but he still played. And at the end of every lesson, and before I get there, remember, I tell you, practice is actually important. Remember, I'm a grown man in college. And I know I didn't practice. I got caught up in the students' lounge. I got caught up everywhere I needs to be for that 1 week. And then I tried to practice the night before. Guys, don't try this. I tried to practice the night before. But by the time, hey, Rhiannon, thanks for joining us. I tried to practice the night before, but knowing I wasn't going to get to it. So I tried to fake the funk. And I've tried that with a couple of teachers. We all do. So by the time he got finished fussing at me, Mr. Simontovsky, I was almost in tears as a grown man. But he did it for a reason, because he seen greatness in me and wanted me to get it together. And that's, what I want to leave with you guys, that he seen greatness in me and he wanted me to get it together. And that's what I want to help instill into our students. So again, you can call at 1-888-501-8650, extension 778. Leave a message. If you want to take lessons with us, give us a call, 888-501-8650, extension 778. If you want to talk to me, that'll be the same number, 888-501-8650, extension 777. And again, you can donate at www.gofundme.com/MIFAL Inc. And let's help support the cause. You guys have been great. And I want you guys just to, continue looking out for what we're doing, because what we're going to do is become a great thing in this community. Thank you, and God bless.